Hey guys, here are my UFC 118 predictions. The fights are August 28th in Boston. And before I continue, I just want to say to all you people out there who said I was a dumb blonde, an idiot, a stupid girl for picking Sonnen against Silva, all I can say is I was 2 minutes away from pulling off the greatest prediction of all time, okay? I do this for fun. MMA is unpredictable, so don't write to me and say something is set in stone when, like I said, MMA is unpredictable and anything can happen on that given night. So I just want to throw it out there. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't watch. Just walk away. Click the screen off. It won't hurt my feelings, I promise. Anyway, first prediction is Frankie Edgar versus Penn. And like I said back in my 112 prediction video, the big question was Frankie's boxing good enough to outbox who many consider in MMA the best boxer, and that's Penn, and again, it was. He won the title. And now it's kind of in a predicament because I know Frankie's going to come into this fight and he's going to have sharper hands, sharper footwork, and he's going to, have a good game plan. And I definitely give BJ the power advantage, and I think that, if he can land that big shot, that fight-changing shot, that's the question. I think he can. And it's also, will he pull off for a submission? We'll find out. I don't know. It's a very intriguing matchup, and I'm glad there's a rematch because I think it was a good fight, so I'm glad to see it again. And I like both fighters, but I'm going to go with BJ by decision. Next prediction is Florian versus Maynard, and Gray had a tough time against Diaz in his last fight. He didn't look too impressive. And then he lost his title shot against Frankie Edgar, a guy he previously had beaten. So it comes down to Kenny Gray. Both obviously have great striking. Both have power. Kenny has the advantage with jiu-jitsu. Gray has the advantage with wrestling. I'm going to go with Kenny by decision. The only person that put Gray away was himself when he fought against Rob Emerson. He hit his head while he was taking him down. So if Kenny can do it, I think it's going to impress a lot of people. Gray's really tough, so I don't know if Kenny is going to, finish him by submission. It's definitely possible, but I'm going to go with Kenny by decision. Next prediction, Randy Couture versus Toney. And let me make this clear, this is a boxing versus MMA fight. And there's no way that Toney can catch up with the guard work, the wrestling. He can't. Obviously he has the boxing advantage, and it's very possible he could knock Randy out, very possible, but there's no way he can catch up the years that Randy knows with wrestling and jiu-jitsu and all that kind of stuff, and Greco-Roman style. And yeah, I'm gonna pick Randy. That's all I have to say. Yeah, picking Randy by beatdown. Last prediction is Marcus Davis versus Diaz, and a lot of people are picking Nate. In fact, I think he's actually the favorite in this fight. People think that he's going to use his reach. He's going to kind of pepper Marcus with his shots, wear him down, and eventually get the TKO or submission. I definitely think that could happen. Nate, obviously his cardio is phenomenal, and people think he's going to dominate this fight. So I'm tentative to go with Marcus. I remember going to Boston a few years back and being at Sit Tong and seeing Marcus box, and it's just like night and day compared to when you watch another fighter and then you watch Marcus. His hands are so good. If he lets his hands go, I think it will be a good fight, and I hope he does. So I'm going to go with Marcus by decision. I think he's got that, I want to say old man strength, but Marcus isn't old. He just has that strength, and I think he's going to show Nate, his boxing. And I'm going to go with Marcus by decision.